How are we doing, guys? And welcome back to All Leeds TV. Leeds United are going to Wembley. Guys, we are going to Wembley. First time in 16 years. I was there, Doncaster 2008. It's a chance to put right our previous playoff wrongs because last night we were absolutely outstanding. Our best performance of the season, our best performance in probably 2 or 3 years. It was an absolutely phenomenal masterpiece from Leeds United last night from minute 1 to minute 90. We were absolutely phenomenal. And honestly, the pride from watching the way the lads perform last night is just off the scale from me. It's just absolutely off the scale. We've done a 90-point season. Let's not forget that. Yes, the last month before these playoffs was poor. It was an awful last month before the playoffs. The first leg wasn't a great game at all. It's probably one of the worst games of football I've ever seen, but we got the result we needed to, and we got the job done last night. We set it up perfectly for this second leg, and we got the job done. And I'll make the point again. We got a 90-point season. This is a good team. Yeah, let's not forget that. This is an exceptional team that we've got together here. And listen, we've still got another massive 90 minutes to go. The biggest 90 minutes of all. But this Leeds team proved its worth last night. It proved just how good it is. You know, the likes of Credencio, Somerville, Jorginho, Rutter. We knew were very good players, but last night they showed just how good they are. And yes, people will say Norwich weren't great. And let's be honest, Norwich were terrible. I thought in both legs. Let's be totally honest about that. And yeah, we did the job we needed to do. It was a phenomenal job we did. And let's go into the first half. So first and foremost, team selection. We went from a 4-3-3 and changed back to a 4-2-3-1 from the first leg. In came Joel Perreault for Sam Byram. Archie Gray goes to right back. And then it's kind of a front four and Gruev and Kamara in midfield. And it worked to perfection. Guys, honestly, it worked to perfection last night. Joel Perreault, best game in the league shirt. Gruev, best game in the league shirt. Glenn Kamara, best game in the league shirt for me. Let's think who else. Probably Melier's best game of the season. Who else have we got? Just thinking, a lot of, everyone was exceptional. No one was below a 9 out of 10 last night, but a lot of players had their best game in the league shirt. And to do it in that occasion, with the way things were going before it, this is what we need to remember. This is a brilliant team. This is the quality this team has. And to see it produce that, it's just absolutely phenomenal. And what a performance. What a performance. So let's go to, dear me, I'm trying to remember the goals now. There was that many of them trying to remember the goals. But first goal, again, it was always going to be massive. It was always going to be massive, that first goal last night. Absolutely just huge to get it. And Elia Gruev, obviously, did he mean it? Probably not. Goalkeeper makes a mistake. But how many times have we been on the wrong end of that in the playoffs? How many times have we been on the wrong end of that? And as always, it's moments of quality, it's errors that decide playoff matches. Angus Gunning, the Norwich goal, has made a horrific mistake. We go 1-0 up and then quickly make that 2-0. Joel Perreault, just as the ball's about to go in, you can just see Joel Perreault at the corner of my eye making that run. Nonto, perfect delivery. Perreault, fantastic desire to get on the end of it. And Joel Perreault, as I said, best game in the league shirt last night, looked like an all-round number 9. We've asked Joel Perreault to do this for most of the season. Most of the season he's been more of a number 10 for us. It feels like he's more suited to that 10 role than he is a number 9. But last night he showed a totally different side to him. He looked like a different player. Listen, I've always thought Joel Perreault is a very, very good footballer. But in terms of what he was doing off the ball, the runs in behind, the turn of pace last night, we haven't really seen that. The physique to hold off the defenders. It was a fantastic performance from Joel Perreault last night. It was a complete centre-forwards performance. Rutter behind. Gigi's had a difficult time since he's obviously come back from, the minor operation. And he was back to the Gigi we love. Daring, trying different things with the ball. Just wowing the crowd, basically, I think is the way to put it. Russo was absolutely amazing. Obviously takes the third goal fantastically well with his right foot. And it's the fact that in the playoff semi-final, I was enjoying it. I enjoyed the playoff semi-final. I never ever thought I'd say that. I'd never thought I'd enjoy a playoff game. They're not games you should enjoy. And I honestly was enjoying it. I was actually quite sad when the final whistle went. Honestly. And listen, the final will be nothing like this. The final, let's be quite clear about that. The final is going to be an incredibly difficult game. Southampton and West Brom are two top sides. Certainly West Brom, yes, they've got less quality than Southampton, but they defensively won't allow us that kind of space. Southampton will look to keep the ball a lot more than what Norwich did. So there will be different types of game. We have to understand that. And I'm sure everyone does understand that we're not going to, just turn up and win this final. Absolutely not. It's going to be an incredibly, incredibly difficult game for us. But to put in that level of performance, just absolutely phenomenal from the lads. Absolutely phenomenal. Second half then, because that first half was just wow. I kind of thought in the second half would just kind of keep it a 3-0, make sure it doesn't become 3-1, and just, when you see these kind of games when the first half is just being goal after goal after goal, you kind of see the second half kind of die off a little bit and it turn into a bit more of a just, both teams not really taking any risks. Norwich don't want to concede anymore. Leeds, don't want to concede, that kind of thing. And it just didn't materialize at all. We were as good in the second half as we were in the first. The chances we had in that second half to make it 4-0 before we actually did make it 4-0 were amazing. Somerville's had 2, Rutter's had 1. I'm trying to think who else. I think Glenn Kamara might have had 1 as well. We were just phenomenal tonight. Absolutely phenomenal. And I do need to talk about, despite us scoring 4 goals, and it might seem a bit of a boring thing to talk about, defensively, we need to talk about that as well. Defensively, over the 2 legs, we were back to what our normal standards are. Joe Rodon, Ethan Ampadu were absolutely outstanding. Outstanding over both legs. Absolutely colossal. Josh Sargent's one of the best strikers in the league. Some would even say he's the best striker in the league. We did an unbelievable job on Josh Sargent. We didn't let any service get into him. We didn't let him run in behind. We didn't get him any space. We did a fantastic job on him. Joe Rodon, the amount of times he pushed the back line up, high up the pitch, so we could dominate the game in Norwich's half, was amazing. It was a captain's, leader's style performance. Ethan Ampadu, the exact same. And when we needed Elan Meslier, sorry, I'm not excited. My words are just not coming out properly at the minute. But we needed Elan Meslier to make that save at 2-0. He made it. And let's give credit to Elan Meslier. Yes, this season has been bad moments for Elan Meslier. Distribution, there's question marks, of course, on distribution. But when we needed Elan Meslier one-on-one to make that save, very often he does, to be fair. On one-on-ones, that's his strength. That is Elan Mellier's bread and butter, his one-on-one situations. How many times has he made that save for Leeds? And he did it at the most important occasion of all. As soon as Ethan Ampadu missed a tackle, Meslier fancied that. It was right in front of me, that actual particular chance. You just see in his body language, before the ball was even struck, he fancied himself in that one-on-one. And it was a great save. Massive save. And he's made more saves in Leeds games than that, but in terms of the crucialness of the save, the whole optics of what would have happened if it had gone to 2-1, that is probably his best game for Leeds United. I'd actually honestly say that. But people will disagree and say games where he's made 5 or 6 saves, but when you make saves in moments like that, football, knockout football and league football are totally different things. Knockout football is decided in moments of quality and moments of mistakes and moments where your goalkeeper saves you, kind of thing. That was a massive moment for me. Massive moment. Of course, we will need Meslier to be absolutely fantastic in the final. It's inevitable. But that was massive. For confidence-wise, for the defence, for Meslier, massive those 2 games for us. No doubt about it at all. Midfield as well. Kamara and Gruev also have had a lot of criticism in recent weeks. And rightly so, by the way. Rightly so. Everyone's had criticism in the last couple of weeks because the last month before this, last 6 weeks before this, wasn't good enough. But the lads responded in the biggest way possible. And they've delivered an amazing season. And they deserve promotion. This team deserves promotion. When you get 90 points, deliver performances like that in the playoffs, don't concede a goal in the semi-final, score 4 goals, play that free-flowing football, there is no doubt in my mind this Leeds team deserves promotion. Absolutely 100% deserves promotion. Absolutely 100%. There's no doubt about it for me now. And I just hope we get what we deserve. I really do hope we get what we deserve. But I think anyone else needs to talk about Junior Firpo as well, left back. Him and Somerville on that left-hand side. Just honestly, Norwich could not deal with it from minute 1. Could not deal with that combination on the left-hand side. Nonto against Giannoulis. Obviously, we know Giannoulis had been giving it the big un throughout the first leg. All this. And you had Nonto giving him that little smile. He's got subbed off both times in both legs. He's had a stinker. Let's be honest, he's had an absolute stinker, Giannoulis, and I absolutely love that. When average footballers try and give it the big one, and they just get absolutely proven wrong. This is Leeds United you're playing against. Leeds United. Respect who you're playing against, Leeds United here. That's what I'd say to Giannoulis. And all the Norwich players, Ashley Barnes, horrible players like Ashley Barnes, and He got exactly what he deserved last night. Honestly, got what he deserved last night. He's done that all his career. Horrible little tackles, leaving his elbow in, things like that. He got exactly what he deserved last night, and just absolutely buzzing to see that. Absolutely buzzing to see that. David Wagner been giving it quite a big one as well in the press conferences before the game. All the pressure was on Leeds, etc., etc. I think all the pressure's on David Wagner now. I really do. I do think all the pressure's on David Wagner, because when you lose 4-0 in a playoff semi-final, looking at the comments from the Norwich fans as well, I think the pressure's on David Wagner, to be honest. I don't think it's on Leeds United anymore, but we'll see. We'll see. And listen, we've still got a game to go, and very possible we lose, against the playoff final. It's always a 50-50 occasion. But Norwich City were giving it the big one. And ultimately, we finished 18 points ahead of them. We're beating them in 3 out of 4 games. We've proven our point in that kind of regard. We are so deserving of promotion this season. I can't emphasise that enough. We do really deserve it, if we can get this done. And listen, on the big pitch, do I fancy playing Southampton or West Brom? I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really know. Part of me says Somerville, Nonto on a big pitch, Rutter with more space to play into, great. And other parts of me says, West Brom set pieces, things like that. All I want tonight from Southampton West Brom is both teams go to extra time, and it's just a really, really intense 90 minutes. And let's just also mention as well, this has been quite a chaotic video, really. Let's also mention about Liam Cooper getting that last 10 minutes, because who knows, quite possibly that was Liam Cooper's last game at Ellen Rose. Probably may well be Liam Cooper's last game at Ellen Rose, but what a moment to come on to. Considering the mess Liam Cooper arrived at. Listen, Liam Cooper hasn't been in the team this season. The last couple of seasons haven't gone well. But consider Liam Cooper's first game, I think, because I was at the game, I think it was Middlesbrough 1-0 in 2014 when Billy Sharp scored in the last minute. Under David Hockaday, consider the mess Leeds United were at that point. We were a complete mess. I thought that team was going to go down. That was where Liam Cooper started at. And that is the perfect ending for Liam Cooper. If that is the ending for Liam Cooper in terms of his career at Ellen Road, he's coming on at 4-0 up in the playoff semi-final to possibly go into the Premier League. And that is the ending that Liam Cooper deserved. It really was. Obviously, Pablo, Click, loads of players really. Aylan didn't quite get the ending in terms of final game that he deserves. That really represented their Leeds United careers. For Liam Cooper, that definitely did. The fact that the moment people always go back to is in the semi-final against Derby. In terms of Cooper and Garcia, to get that moment in the playoff semi-final. Yes, he didn't start the game, but to come on as captain and get that moment 4-0 up, the whole crowd singing, "There's only one Liam Cooper." He deserved that. He deserved that, and honestly, it restores my faith in football. To be fair, when you see things like that happen, so absolutely massive in that kind of regard. But yeah. You've seen Ethan Ampadu, you've seen Joe Rodon, the leads of this team deliver captain-style performances. Really have seen that from both players. And yeah, full credit to every single one, because to produce that performance with the pressure, with the general lack of momentum going into it, absolutely massive. And yes, people will rightly say, why couldn't we have done this against Blackburn at home, etc., etc. But this is Leeds United. We don't do it the easy way. I've always wanted to see Leeds win at Wembley. Always wanted to see us win at Wembley. And that will absolutely 1000% top going up automatically for me, is winning the playoffs. I think Jack's mentioned it quite a lot, to be fair. It would absolutely top that for me, with seeing Leeds win at Wembley. Yes, ideally, I want to see Leeds win an FA Cup final and League Cup final. But whether that happens in my lifetime, I don't know. But a chance to win at Wembley is absolutely huge. And that's all. I think that's all any of us want to see. Most people watching this video will have never seen Leeds win at Wembley. Some people watching this video will have never seen Leeds at Wembley. It was 16 years ago. This is huge for Leeds United. Yes, it feels weird in a way, because obviously the last couple of months haven't been great, but this has been an absolutely unbelievable season we've delivered here. Let's see if we get the result we deserve. And credits Daniel Farke as well, because Daniel Farke's had a difficult last couple of weeks. The pressure was very much on last night in terms of the fact that we laid up a little bit in the first leg in terms of I think we could have won that game in the first leg, but I see why we went for the 0-0. The pressure was on then to get the job done in the return leg, because we hadn't have got the job done last night, that would have been referred to in terms of the more defensive 0-0 in the first leg. But Daniel Farke got it spot on. 4-0, another big game masterclass from Daniel Farke, but we need one more. We still need one more. We've proven our point. Leeds United going to Wembley. I'm absolutely buzzing. Somehow my voice is still all right, to be fair, but it was an absolute privilege to be in that ground last night. Absolute privilege. And let's see what we can do at Wembley. Surely one day, Leeds are going to win at Wembley. Can that be in 10 days' time? 9 days' time, sorry. 9 days' time. I will emphasise that. Let's see. But anyway, guys, I've been Oscar from All Leeds TV. It's been an honour to deliver this one because the last playoff semi-final video I did was less happy than this one, let's put it that way. Football, eh? Let's see what we can do. All Leeds TV. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.